Huh? All of you, good morning. Okay. Today we will discuss about the what is that types of networks. Okay. Already you know about this concept. Okay. Just I'll give a glance. Okay. Tell me what is LAN?
Local area network.
We what are the different types of networks we have?
LAN, WAN,
Mm.
and only two.
Mm.
Man,
Local area network, wide area network,
metropolitan.
metropolitan area network, and PAN is also there. It's a personal area network. Personal area network is nothing but like our home, only one home that like one to one computer we are connecting your what is that printer, or you can connect pen drive. So like that, it's related to the one computer only. Then we call as a personal computer, personal area network. It is PAN. Okay, and coming to the next one, it is LAN. It is the local area network. What is the meaning of local area network? Hmm.
Like
The network
in
What
is
is?
small
accessible to
room.
particular small area.
It's not.
The network is accessible to any particular small area. Like locally, it is accessible.
Examples.
We can use it in home, ma'am.
Next,
Cyber cafe,
cyber
internet shops.
internet shops. Okay. Next,
Offices, like small offices,
small office buildings,
schools,
campus.
colleges.
Even in our campus, we'll use the LAN only. Okay, local area network. Okay. So, what is the advantage of local area network? Huh?
High speed.
High speed. Very good. What is the range? What is the range? Hmm? What is the range of the local area network? Huh?
1 kilometer, I guess.
It is less than that. Okay. It is less than the 1 kilometer. Okay. Next, coming to this, you can easily maintain the local area network. And is it private network or public? Privately
Private,
owned
ma'am.
or
Private.
private?
Private.
Okay.
Private.
Um, Next, easily you can maintain, and the transmission speed is high. And what is that? Even the setup cost is also low. Okay, and the error rate will be low. Okay, so these are the advantages of your local area network. Local area network is restricted to this small single offices and buildings, campus, schools. All these are come under your local area networks. Okay, this is the local area network. See how we are connecting using some like switch or hub. We are connecting the computers. Okay, and the printer. All these are connected. Okay. Tell me what is the next network? Hmm.
Metropolitan.
LAN
Wide
is
area
something.
network.
Metropolitan area network. What is the meaning of metropolitan area network?
City or building, town.
City, or it is if suppose one city is there, in that all schools are there, like normal offices and industries. So like some factories, they will use the land, no? So land, okay, all these lands are connected, collection of all the lands are nothing but your man. Okay, so see here, just okay, see, this is a man metropolitan area network. It is all the lands we are connected. Okay, see here. Maybe this is a office, and this is school, this is college, and this is a factory. or something else. See, what is the basic definition of this MAN is a computer network that interconnects users with the computer resources in a geographic area or region larger than that covered by even a large land. Okay, so it is metropolitan is nothing but city. Okay, so city network. Okay, it will cover the whole city. Okay, so that we call as a MAN, metropolitan area network. Okay, anyone is having any doubt in this?
No, ma'am, clear.
Next, wide area network. It is a bigger network. The example for this is your internet. Okay, see here, it will cover all over the country like that. Okay, so see here, all the lands, mans, all we connect to the wide area network. It is not like your man. Okay, so it is covered with the country especially. Okay, so example, already you know this, that the internet will be connecting all the countries to country to communication, everything. Okay, so this is a just an architecture, like how the WAN, all the lands, and you can connect the man also. N number of man and n number of lands are connected to the WAN only. Okay, WAN, wide area network. Anyone is having any doubt in this
Yeah, ma'am.
LAN and WAN? Okay, so no doubt. Okay, already this is the WAN is like LAN is less than, MAN is less than the WAN. Okay. Okay, so this is a local area network. It is within the room, or it may be a building, or it may be a campus. Campus is 1 kilometer, maybe building. Okay, it is 100 meters and 10 meters. And in metropolitan area network is a city. It is approximately it is 10 kilometers. It's not 10 kilometers exactly. So we are giving the range like that. Okay, so and the wide area network, it may be a country or continent. Okay, so that is, if it is a country, here he has given the range like the number value, that is 100 kilometers, and continent 1000 kilometers. It will vary actually, but it's not the fixed one. Okay, it's a planet the internet, it is about 10,000 kilometers. Okay, so this is about your the types of the networks. Okay, so I told you, no, like yesterday, what is that model we call? uh, what is the model we call? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
OSI, OSI, Open Systems Interconnection. Okay, what is Open System Interconnection? See here, this is very, very, very important. You should listen carefully. Okay, what is the strength today? 44. What happened? What about other people? I told you, no? Have you intimated to your all your friends?
Yes,
Hello,
ma'am.
మరి ఏమైంది?
కాకపోతే అయితే లేదు మేడం వాళ్ళు.
నీకు
నేను వచ్చినా కదా మేడం.
నీ మొహం లే. So before going to this, what are the layers? Just see the layers, okay? I'll explain each and every layer, okay, clearly. See, there are 7 layers. 7 is my lucky number, okay? So remember this, 7 layers. Total layers are there? 7 layers, okay? See this, application, presentation. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, physical layer. Okay, this you have to remember these layers. Okay, see, previously, this, what is that? Transportation is APS RTC, no? APS. Leave about the R letter, and T. Okay, APSRTC. See, there is no C here. And coming to this is a PDN. From bottom it is PDN, and this is APST, and the down it is PDN. Okay, so see, A is a application, and P is a presentation, S is a session. Then there is no R, and T is a transport, and coming to from the down, PDN, physical, data link, and the network layer. Okay, so this is just how many number of layers are. Why this 7 layers are required? That is the question mark. Why this OSI model is required? What is the purpose of OSI model? Okay, that is the question. Okay, see, all of you listen carefully. Hello, hello, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
See, there is a sender here. There is a receiver here. Okay. Normally, what is mean of sender and receiver? Sender will send the data and receiver will receive the data. Okay. Whatever the data sent by the sender, that will be received by the receiver. Okay. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
So whenever sender sends the data, like I'm talking, you people are listening. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. If suppose like I know the English and you know only something Hindi. Okay, you don't know about English. Okay. So like if I'm talking no, then whatever the content that you will listen. Okay, it's not a problem. But can you understand that concept? Whatever I'm teaching without knowing the language?
No, ma'am.
You will listen the content, you will listen what I'm like teaching, okay, but you didn't understand, you won't understand anything, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
If you know the English language, then only you can understand the concept. Otherwise no, just you will listen, something there, something information is there, but you can't understand the concept, you can't understand the concept. Okay. Okay, see here there is no understanding here, okay, because the receiver doesn't understand the sender's information. Anyway, receiver will receive the data, but like there is no what is that the receiver does not know that what kind of information it is. Okay, so that time there is a concept called protocol. What is that?
Protocol.
Protocol. What is protocol? What of protocol?
Certain rules and instructions to be
Certain
followed.
rules. Okay, it's a set of rules. Even for sender, in sender there are some protocols are there. Even in receiver also there are some protocols are there. Okay, that is the concept of protocol. Okay, even the receiver and sender has some protocols. Okay, done. Next, coming to this, what is the meaning of inter-process communication? Do you know this? Inter-process communication. See, this is my computer. Okay, computer has some sender and the receiver also. So see here, I'm taking the sender is keyboard. What is that? Keyboard. Through keyboard, I'm sending the data to monitor. If I type something, no, that will be visible, no, on the monitor.
Yes, ma'am.
Suppose you open your Microsoft Word and you type something, then what data we are entering, that will be displayed on the monitor. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see here, this is sender has some process and the receiver has some process. Okay, so within this one computer, the communication is establishing between sender and receiver, that we call as uh, that we call as That we call as
Inter-process
process communication. Within one computer, the communication is establishing. But is it required in your computer network? What is computer network? It is not restricted to the one computer. We are combining so many computers. The communication is establishing.
Yes,
Is it?
ma'am.
Hello. It is not the inter-process connection. Computer network is not restricted to the one computer. If one computer is there is no network at all. Okay. But see here, like this, so many computers are there. Okay, we are acting in some fashion, in an arrangement. After that, the communication is established. Okay. So this is about the computer network like concept. Okay. Now, so like we have A, we have B, and we have C and D. These are the computers. Okay. If A wants to send the information to the B, okay, B should receive this. Okay. So between this, like what is going on between these two computers? Okay, how the data is sending and how the data is receiving by the computer B, and how the data is sending the computer A. Okay, so like there is a concept we call as the OSI. OSI, Open System Interconnection. Okay, so like how the data is transmitting between A and B. Okay, like maybe from B to A or A to B. One is a sender and other comes the receiver. So how the communication is established between A and B. Okay, that is one concept of OSI. Okay, and coming to the next one. See here, I told you now what are the different layers. Application, APSRTC. Okay, application, presentation, session, APSRT, transport, PDN, P physical, data link, network. Okay, these are the layers. Okay, we have. Okay, see whatever sender, like no sender will send the information to the application. Then after that application, it will go to the presentation. This is the sender point of view. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, whatever S is your sender. Sender will I won't share any information. Okay, so you listen properly. Okay, see here, sender will send this data to the application first. Then after that, it will go to the presentation, then session, then transport, then network, then data link, then after that physical. Okay, see here, from the physical layer, data will be transmitted. Okay, so sender will send the data to the application layer. This is one of the question. Okay, the objective question. Sender will send the data to the which layer? Application layer. Okay, then what is the last layer in terms of sender point of view? It is a physical layer. Then after that, one second. After that, it is a media. It's a communication channel. Okay, so after physical layer, the data will go to the physical what is that communication channel? Maybe it's a cable, maybe it's a wireless, anything. Okay, see here, then after this again it will go to the physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session, presentation, and application. Then after this application layer, the data will be received by the receiver. This is the general. Okay, I'm not till now I didn't explain anything. Okay, only how the communication will be done between sender and the receiver, maybe source and the destination, or one node to the other node. You can call anything. Okay, so in sender point of view, the first layer is application layer and the last layer is your physical layer. Okay, in the receiver point of view, the first layer is a physical layer and the last layer is the application layer. Through the application layer, then receiver will receive the data. Done?
Yes, sir.
Hello, till now anyone is having any doubt?
Sure.
Hello? Hello?
No, ma'am.
Till now, inter-process communication, any doubts? Protocol? No doubt, because protocol is nothing but it's a set of rules. So for even sender and the receiver, the protocols are there. Okay. Next, there are 7 layers of OSI. Like through 7 layers only the communication will be done. Okay. You take in a like in your book, okay, how the communication, because you will get so many doubts after this. Okay. Next, what are the functionalities? What are the functionalities? These are very, very important. Like you write, okay. What are the functionalities? First functionality is the error control. Tell me, what is error control? Hmm?
There should be no error in data transfer.
Very good. See, sender will send the data to the receiver. But at the receiver, if it is a error-free data, it is okay. But if any error has been occurred, then we should detect the error and correct the error, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it? It's a mandatory, no? Chappali.
Yes.
Active unali lekapothe champal voice akokadi. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the first functionality of the OSI? It's a error control. Error control is a mandatory functionality of OSI model. Mandatory. It should have that error control mechanism in your OSI model. One of the layer do the it will do the process of error control. One of the layer. Okay. We are not going to the in detail explanation of each layer, but I'll tell after this. Okay. Initially, why the OSI model is required. Okay. That is first reason is error control. Error. What is error control? If sender sends the data, receiver should receive the error-free data, not errored data. Okay, so you have to rectify that particular errors. Okay, so that is the first reason. Next, coming to the second reason, flow control. This is also mandatory. Flow control. I'll explain in detail about the error control and flow control, but you should know what is that. Okay, what is that flow control?
There should be a continuous flow of data from the sender and receiver.
Very good. It's
No
a continuous flow of data and without losing any data. Okay. Suppose sender is sending, suppose I'll give one example to you. This is one computer and this is another computer, and this is one network actually. This is one LAN and this is one more LAN. In between, I'm using the router. Okay. Suppose I'm using the router. Okay. Suppose this computer wants to communicate with the other computer. Okay. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
This router, no, the router will get so many requests, no, from all the computers, not only to this, not only from the single computer. The router will receive the so many computers information. It's a flow of data. Is it a flow of data? So many computers are there, no, in the particular network. All at a time, maybe like all the computers are working simultaneously. So like this router will get the service. Okay, so it's a flow of data. So this should be controlled. Okay, so this computer information will not be lost. Okay, so that is the flow of control. Flow of control mechanism. Flow control mechanism model. There are different types of error controls are there, different types of flow controls are there. Okay. And the third one is okay. Multiplexing. Multiplexing and demultiplexing. Multiplexing and demultiplexing. Write down the mandatory functionalities of OSM. Tomorrow I'll ask error control, what is flow control, all this. Okay, demultiplexing. Okay, so what is the multiplexing and demultiplexing? I told you, no, for multiplexer, how many inputs are there? 2 power n inputs and
One output.
output. It's a general multiplexer, but here it is different multiplexings are the time division, frequency division, multiplexing. It is different. Okay, but the concept is same, like many to one. Okay, what is that one? Suppose sender is there and the receiver is there, suppose. Okay, so sender will sends the data. No, it may be a like so tabs you can open, no, at a time. So those will be like transferred through one single media, one single communication channel. It may be a coaxial cable, it may be a optical fiber, it may be wireless. Okay, but sender will send so many different kinds of data, not only the file, not only the some accessing the website, or no, like it may like send some different kind of printing of information. Okay, so all these are suppose three related types of information are there. Okay, so that is transferred to the one single media, one single channel, that is called multiplexing. Okay, and what about the demultiplexing? Okay, reverse, all the information are going to the one receiver. Okay, it is called multiplexing. Okay, so the multiplexing functionality of your OSI model. So tell me, what are the mandatory functionalities of OSI model? Error control, flow control, multiplexing, and demultiplexing. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Detailed explanation will be there. Okay, in the next class. Okay. So these are the general functionalities of your OSI model. There are some optional also there. Just note down these 3 points. Next, optional. What is mean by optional? You have optional holidays, no? What are the optional holidays?
May not.
May or may not. They JNTU may give the will take the holiday, or that is the college point of view. Okay, JNTU will give that some optional holidays and the mandatory holidays. In optional holidays, okay, college may give the holiday on the day, or that is the college wish. Okay, see here also there are some optional functionalities are there in your OSI. Those are encryption and decryption. Decryption. What is encryption and decryption? Nepali. You are CSC people, no? You know this. Hmm?
Encryption,
Hello.
converting information into code, ma'am.
Very good. Very good. One second. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Aniket is absent today. Is Aniket absent? Hmm? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Aniket is absent today. No response at all. Okay. Toshita,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me, what is encryption and decryption? See, hello. Have you seen HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure? Mali. Have you seen this HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and HTTPS?
Yes, ma'am. We see that name in websites.
In your website. When you will use the HTTP and when you'll use the HTTPS? Have you observed what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS?
No.
See, security, very good. See, in some website, you will enter all your account details and your personal information, your secured information in that, okay? Those websites should have HTTPS. Then it is a secure data, whatever, it will give the security to our information. Okay, if HTTP is there, no, it's a general web, like a general you need in that websites you should not give your personal security information. Okay, so if you use a HTTP, no, then you need not do the encryption and decryption. But if HTTPS is there, no, then you should do the encryption as well as decryption. It's optional, no. If you want to enter some like a secure data, then you should do the encryption as well as decryption. What is encryption and decryption? Encryption is at the sender side and decryption is at receiver side. Encryption is nothing but whatever the data you are not sending, you are converting into some particular code that will be understood by the other people. Okay, not all the other people, they can't understand the like the actual data. Okay, they can't like decode that. Okay, so only at the decryption side that will the receiver will decode and they'll get the actual information. Okay, so this encryption and decryption will be optional only for the security purposes. We'll use that. Otherwise, like we can't apply this encryption and decryption mechanism. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone is having any doubt on this? అరే చెప్పాలి రా నేను కంటిన్యూ చేయాలి కదా ఏమైనా డౌట్ ఉంటే చెప్పాలి మంచిగా సిగ్గు అడద్దు దీనిలో ఇంటి దగ్గర సిగ్గు పిజ్జాలు బర్గర్లు తింటాం అవునా తినరా సాత్విక్ 53 సాత్విక్ ఆర్ యు దేర్
present.
ఎందుకు అట్లా మొత్తము ఏమంటారు ఏదో కరోనా వచ్చిన పేషెంట్ ఉన్నారు మీరు
వచ్చిందేమో ఏం లేదు
మరి ఇంట్లోనే ఉంటున్నారుగా మంచిగా తింటున్నారు ప్రోటీన్ ఫుడ్ రోజు
ఇంట్లోనే ఉంటున్నాం అదే
ఓహో అట్లానా హర్షవర్ధన్ ధనుంజయ్ ధీరజ్ roll number 30 Dheeraj. Okay, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. అరే మీరు మంచి ఉన్నారు అనుకోండి నాకు అర్థమవుతుంది అట్లీస్ట్ వీళ్ళకి అర్థమవుతుంది వీళ్ళు వింటున్నారని మీరు ఏదో వండుకొని విన్నారు అనుకోండి నాకేం అర్థమవుతుంది చెప్పండి అవునా హలో What is encryption?
Converting information code.
Why we are converting the information into the code?
Receiver should understand.
Receiver should understand? No.
To keep secure.
Receiver has the mechanism.
Process
Decryption is
that.
there.
To
Anywhere
process that information. To keep it secure.
Process that info. Keep it secure. For security purpose, we are converting that code to the converting the data into the code. That code will be understand only by the destination, like the receiver, because the receiver they are having the decryption mechanism. They know like how to convert that code into the data. Okay. This is an optional for your the optional functionality of the OSI model. Okay, this is example for HTTP and HTTPS. Next, the second one is checkpoint. What is this checkpoint? Okay, I'll tell what is checkpoint. Suppose the file which is having the capacity of 300 MB. Suppose, okay, hello. Suppose
Yes.
it is 500 MB. Okay. Sometimes, no, what will happen? Like while downloading that, okay, downloading this file, the capacity of something like memory capacity that is 500 MB file is there. Sometimes, meanwhile, like till 300 MB, it is downloaded. Okay, then 301, you will get some error. Sometimes, have you experienced this? Hello,
Can you repeat?
hello.
Hmm.
500 MB file is there. I want to download this. Okay, I want to download this. Okay, like till 300 MB, the file is downloaded, and from 301, like I'm getting some error. Okay,
Yes.
so like you can some 100 pages PDF is there. Till 50 pages it is downloaded. From 51 to error file, something like you will get, no? Have you observed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's the case. Okay, here I have experienced this. Okay, because sometimes, no, I may those pages will not be visible. Something error file. Then after some time, then again it will be downloaded. So see here, we will do some checkpoints here. And sometimes, no, like after downloading this 300 MB, again it will start. Suppose after that you click on that what is that? You click on that, start from the 0 MB. Okay, so it will download from the 0 MB. So disadvantage here. So what we will do now in this, what we will do in a checkpoint. Okay, so what we will do now at the 100 MB, we will do one checkpoint. Okay, and after that it will download from 101. Then for every 100 MB, I'm doing the checkpoint. So 101 to some 200. Okay, so there is a checkpoint, and this there is for every 100 MB we are doing the checkpoint. What is the meaning of that? If suppose 100 MB is downloaded, so if we get any error, then we'll do from the 101. Okay, not from 0. Okay, so like that will down file. So for that purpose, we are doing the checkpoint. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Done. This is just an example. So if we download some files, okay, if you download some files, okay, due to some internet connectivity, due to some problems, okay, the file may not be downloaded fully. Okay, so that time, okay, sometimes, no, the file will again, if you click on that file, if you like download that file, then it will start from 0 MB. Okay, so from any from starting. Okay, so that will not happen due to this check. So why it is optional functionality of the OSI model? Why it is optional? Why not it is mandatory? Suppose your WhatsApp files are there, small files. Suppose 1 MB, 2 MB, 3 MB, like small files are there. You can like easily transmit. No, you need not use the checkpoint. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes we should use the checkpoints if the file capacity is very high, then that time you have to use this checkpoint. Okay, anyone is having any doubt in this functionality is mandatory and optional? This is a